Our Google store, which was doing 35K per day, got back to zero, but we managed to revive it. And now it's again doing 20 to 25K per day, and it's on the way to do 35K per day again and beyond. In this video, I will show you the 5 things that we fixed to get this Google Merchant Center back live so it could start scaling again. After that, I'm also going to show you what we did after it got suspended. So we started scaling really quick once again, because usually what we see in this Google Ads dropshipping game is that people create stores, they scale it for 1 week or maybe 2 weeks, and then they get suspended, and then they don't ever get the chance to scale it again because they don't manage to get it approved again through the Google Merchant Center. So I will show you the 5 things that we changed on this store, which launched around November 2025, and it only got suspended in February 2026. So it was live for a crazy amount of time before it got suspended. And the reason for that is because from the start, we built the Google Merchant Center with the policies in mind, with the whole GMC checklist implemented into our Google store. I'm going to also explain to you what we implemented from this Google Merchant Center GMC fixed checklist that is provided in our AB Inner Circle school. In the school, we have a whole checklist which you can follow step by step to get your Google Merchant Center approved after it has been suspended. As you can see here, November 2025, the store launched, started scaling pretty slowly, and then it reached its peak around January, February, and then it got suspended. Our record day with this store was 35K per day. It was on the way to do 40, but unfortunately it got suspended. As you can see here in the screenshot of the products tab in Google Merchant Center, it got suspended for around 7 or 8 days. So this was the time that it took us to get this one fixed. But since it was a GMC with a lot of data, also a lot of things needed to be fixed since we made quite some rookie mistakes. This was still pretty early in our Google journey. This is one of our first Google stores, actually, our really good ones. But luckily, we managed to get it back. You all have seen these emails. Our Google Merchant Center got suspended for misrepresentation. It's the worst suspension you can actually get. But only a few days later, we got the mail that it got approved again. So that's really good news. We managed to start scaling again really quickly. Obviously, at the start, the ROAS was not that consistent, as you can see here, but I will go over that in detail at the end of this video. But what are the 5 things that we fixed for this GMC to get it back approved? The number 1 was removing the fake urgency. As you know, while you're scaling, you're tended to add a bit of urgency to your website. What could it be? For example, almost sold out. Like something with a sale that's a spring sale, maybe too many items were on discount. All of these things were on the website. So we had to remove the discounts. Only a few percentage of your products can be on discount, because if Google sees this whole store is on discount, that's also very suspicious, because then it's not a seasonal sale anymore. You know, when you mention spring sale, well, it's logically that only the spring items will be on sale. But if you're adding summer items and they're also on sale, Google will be like, okay, but they're adding everything on sale. And for example, our whole feed, like 95% of our items in our product feed were on sale. So that's a red flag for Google. Okay, this is fake urgency. We're going to get them suspended for misrepresentation. And misrepresentation can be a lot. You know, there is not one fix to the misrepresentation issue on Google Merchant Center. That's why we wrote a whole GMC fixed checklist in our AB Inner Circle that you can just use and implement to get your GMC approved again, because there is so much also external factors that can get your GMC suspended. So fake urgency was the first one we needed to fix on the home page, on the product page, and on the collection page. We were mentioning bundle discounts and all of that. Also in the cart, we had a little timer going that obviously doesn't follow the guidelines, and we had to remove it to get our GMC approved again. When you get your GMC approved again, obviously you will have to wait a few amount of weeks, because Google is still checking in the background, okay, the changes that he made, we approved them, but do they also stay live after we approve them? So usually that's between 3 and 4 weeks that you have to wait also. The second thing that we fixed was the About Us page. The About Us page was not aligned anymore with the products that we were offering on our store. We were selling men products and woman products and even bags and sunglasses. But the About Us page was still talking about how we only sell clothes for men. So that's also a really important one. And I want you guys to really understand the About Us page of a Google store is really important. Google scans it and then checks with the products, probably with some AI system these days. Does it match? If you're in your About Us explaining about how you only sell men products, but then your product feed contains woman products, it contains bags, sunglasses, that is not aligned. And Google wants full transparency. They want to know what your business does, who they sell to, how they can buy it. All of that's really important. And that brings me to my third point is the inconsistency between the policies and the FAQ. We all have an FAQ page and we all have policies because that's mandatory for the Google Merchant Center, especially the shipping and the return and refund policy. Those are really, really mandatory for your Google Merchant Center to stay live for long, because getting a GMC approved, obviously anyone can get a GMC approved, but keeping it online for long and getting it reapproved after it has been online for long, that's usually where most people struggle. And they start scaling their store. Maybe they reach their first 1K day, 2, 3K day, and then boom, misrepresentation hits. And then they're like, fuck, I cannot get it back up. And that's where a lot of beginners stop with Google Ads Dropshipping because they think it's too hard and all of that. But that's just because they have never been taught how to properly do it by someone who actually does numbers themselves still to this day. What's it today? It's currently 19th of May 2026, and we're still creating and running Google stores to this day. So the inconsistency between policies and FAQ, what that means pretty much in short terms is, in the policies we were saying 30-day money back guarantee, we were mentioning the return times, the refund times, processing times, all of that, but it didn't match with the FAQ. On the FAQ, we were mentioning different times, 14-day money back guarantee. So that did not match. So they're also found an inconsistency there. And that's also a main reason why people get a misrepresentation, is because there's inconsistency between the pages. It can be in the About Us page, the policies, the FAQ, everything has to be aligned. Fourth is the business and the warehouse information was a mismatch. I'm not going to go too deep into the warehouse address that you have to mention on your website. That's some sauce for the AB Inner Circle. But what I can tell you is that you need to mention your business and your warehouse information on your website. Google wants to know which company is running this web shop and where are items being shipped from. You might be shipping from China or you might be shipping from the US, but Google has to know, okay, they might be shipping from here, but how is the business that is located in? Maybe it's Netherlands, maybe it's in US, maybe it's in the UK. How is it related to the warehouse and the country they're selling to? Think out loud. If you're a US company selling to the UK, first of all, how is a US company selling to the UK with a warehouse in the US? That doesn't really make sense. Google wants full transparency and they want to know, okay, how are these businesses related and why are they setting up a store here? Maybe it's a branch of a brand, all of that. So it's really important to have your business and warehouse information aligned across your whole website, on your About Us page, on your policy pages. That's pretty much the place where you have to mention it. So really, really important, and also on the Contact Us page, really important. And then the fifth one is the Trust Score. Trust Score is very, very broad. It can be Trustpilot, it can be Scam Advisor. All of that can be fixed easily. We have ways to do so in our school community, but that's also one where we were not really focusing on, but we had to get our GMC approved again. So the Trust Score is really, really important that you also focus on that to get your GMC approved again. What did we do after our GMC got approved again? Obviously here, you can see that there was a bit of an inconsistency at the start. The red part is the kind of the revival part of our Google Merchant Center. After our GMC got approved, we immediately turned back on the ads and we started scaling really aggressively because we knew, okay, we were down for 8 days. We already made so much money with Google Merchant Center that we could afford a little risk. It was a gamble to turn on the ads again on 10K ad spend per day and really risk it. And obviously, some days we were not profitable. As you can see here, one of the first days was ROAS 1.24. Then it was good ROAS, and then 1.6, 0.9, 0.8. And as you can see, we did like a big loss. But that resulted in the fact that we kind of skipped the whole relearning phase. Because as you know, when you first set up your Google Merchant Center and your Google Ads, you're always in a certain learning phase. Well, after getting your Google Merchant Center suspended and getting it back approved, you will again enter a learning phase. So we were like, okay, we cannot afford to get 1 month of learning phase. We need to speed this up. So we really cranked up the budgets, speeded up the whole learning phase. And as you can see here, then boom, ROAS 2.0, 2, 2.02, 5.8, 3.2, and then we were back on track. And now in May, it has been doing ROAS 3 for already 16 days, or 19 days, sorry. And it is on the way to go back to those 35K days. So that's where this idea of this video came from. We can scale stores to crazy amounts, but obviously we also have the same problems as you guys, GMCs go down, revenue goes back to zero. And what do you do then? We're not standing still. We're not going to cry. We're going to take action. We're literally going to move with speed, because every day that this store wasn't live, we were losing money. So that's why it was important that we acted with speed and knowledge and all the context that we have. If you want to get access to this knowledge and the context that we also have to get your GMC approved, to start scaling, to know what to fix in your backend, how to set up your Google Merchant Center so it stays online for long, we have created a school community where you can find all of that. I will show it to you right now. As you can see here, I am in the AB Inner Circle school. You can get access to this for $249 USD per month. And honestly, the amount of value you get in here is insane. We even have a AB Inner Circle chatbot that you can use to ask questions. So it's literally as if you were asking Archer and me questions. It has all the knowledge from all the group calls, all the school modules. It has everything blended into a chatbot. And you can literally chat with it. You can be like, hey, this is my website. Can you please have a look? What's wrong? What's good? This is about us. What's correct? How do I do this? How do I set up tracking? What urgencies can I use? It can answer anything with the knowledge that we have. Also, we have 2 weekly group calls that you can attend and ask Archer and me personally questions about anything. And then obviously it also comes with a full Google Ads masterclass with hours and hours of content that you can just watch, consume. And also it comes with a private Discord where you can connect with other like-minded Google Ads dropshippers to really share knowledge, share context, share new insights. Also, like I said, we're still on top of the game. We're still creating Google stores to this day in May 2026. So all the knowledge that we share is also the latest knowledge to get scaling. So honestly, if you want to get started with Google Ads dropshipping, this is the way. And I cannot tell you how much value is in here actually. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, leave a comment, and see you in the next one. Ciao.